All right, our next speaker is someone that truly embodies the spirit of leadership.
He's a junior at Brown County High School and is passionate about encouraging others to embrace leadership in their lives, not just for their own betterment, but also to positively impact those around him.
Yeah, today he'll be talking about the importance of leadership, what exactly is leadership, and he truly, his speech really incites the promise to be enlightening as well as motivating. Please welcome someone very, very special to me, my brother. He may look very similar to me. Noah Lewis.
Just to be sure. Okay, cool. Here today, I stand before you, about ready to preach about why leadership is so important to the world. But first, we all must realize what exactly is leadership. Today, the ideology of leadership is the classic sports captain who motivates their team to die for their sport. But the reality is, sports leadership is only a small portion of what leadership can truly bring you. Google defines leadership as leading a group or organization. But the way I see it, thousands of kids are born a day and have been given the opportunity to make a difference. And they either can embrace this or step back. Leadership today is much bigger than a halftime speech, or being most popular, or even the most vocal. Leadership comes from within you, and if you have a strong sense of this, leading is easy. However, many believe that leadership holds consequences, and this idea was best regarded by Steve Harvey, who once said, in front of a live studio audience, that you can be a leader, but a leader is a developed set of skills. What stops the average person from leading is the fear of the consequences of leading. Most people don't want the responsibility of being a leader. But let me tell you this, the responsibility of being a follower is more dire and more severe. Now let's take a moment and analyze what Steve Harvey is really saying here. When you lead, you are in control, and you can shape the world however you see fit. But when you take one step back, 2 steps back, 3, your actions are limited to another's. Now let me paint you a picture that I experienced in my math class just last year. If you've been to Brown County schools, you know that the Brown County classrooms don't hold more than 20, 22 kids. But in this particular class, we had a grand total of 34. Extremely large class. So 10 of us were sent out of the room to go take a math test just down the hall in the abandoned classroom. I'm about a page or so in, and all of a sudden, I hear a copyrighted scream straight from a horror film. I look to my right, and all of a sudden, I see a girl on her chair in panic over a 3-inch mouse that she saw run into the closet. The whole room, as you expected, would erupt in panic, especially the girls. Even our paraprofessional teacher was attempting to abandon ship and head back to the main classroom. But as any great leader would do, I stepped up, took the spotlight, grabbed the cardboard box, opened the closet door, and covered the mouse. But here's where my plan kind of faltered a little bit. I didn't know exactly how to capture the mouse completely and actually remove it from our school. But then, as a cartoon light bulb appeared above my head, I found an idea with a whiteboard. I would slide it underneath the box, flip it over, and there you go. There was a 3-inch mouse, no bigger than the size of my palm. I'm not even joking about that one. It was not as much of a panic as everybody made it seem. But you might be asking, what does this story convey about leadership? And how can this story conveys that leadership can happen anywhere and at any time. No matter if you're a multi-million-dollar founder or you're simply a girl screaming on top of her chair looking for help and you're that help. In this world, nothing ever comes easy. Everyone starts whether from a rocky beginning or a fresh green pasture. Surprisingly enough, one of the few billionaires in the world, Elon Musk, was beaten so badly in his high school that he had to be hospitalized for his injury. As stated best in his autobiography, Who is Elon Musk?, he was the youngest and smallest in his South African class and was an easy target for bullies. Now, looking at this, we all would say that his experience wasn't the best. It was quite terrible to experience. But he didn't let this event shape him, and instead, he would shape the world. Elon Musk, today, he is one of the richest men in the world, bringing in a whopping $9.9 million wage a day. And this money is something that almost all of us will never see in our lives, because $9.9 million a day, it's a pretty big penny, okay? But despite the harassment, and despite the torment he went through, Musk became a leader and is now leading hundreds of thousands of people in his multi-million-dollar companies of Tesla and SpaceX. Now, Elon Musk resembles the Google definition far too often, but the next form of leadership only involves yourself, because developing your self-leadership is essential for effective leadership. Without it, our outward leadership cannot thrive. By investing in our personal goals and our ambitions, we can become the best versions of us and establish a foundation for building a successful life. Self-leadership can help us create a society risk-free from mental health issues like depression, anxiety, suicide prevention. And we can find a sense of peace and purpose peace and purpose that drives us forward. Remember, the journey to becoming a great leader starts with investing in yourselves first. I say this again, the Google definition never has to be yours, and you can shape who you are, and the way I found myself was through sports leadership. At a young age, I established myself as a leader and constantly striving to improve my team however means necessary. I may not be a natural-born athlete, but I have been told several times that I possess natural-born leadership qualities from my coaches and from my friends. I focused on building my team up and encouraging them rather than tearing them down. In times of adversity, I was the morale booster and looked up upon by my teammates. Society as a whole is filled with put-me-downs, and when these put-me-downs are put upon us, what do? Do we step forward into the spotlight and take it head on, or do we take a step back and start pointing the finger at others to blame? Leadership holds a multitude of identities, and this is just one of them. Building a team and building a functional society just from helping one man or one woman is leadership. Simple actions can lead to big things in this world. Take Forrest Gump, for example. Now, this may be a dumb question, because judging from the room here, but who in this room has seen Forrest Gump? Show of hands. All right, thank goodness, okay? That is such a great movie, and if you haven't seen it, shame on you. If you have not, for some reason, in a scene, he begins running out of his house, running out of Alabama, and running all across the United States. And this has kind of built him throughout the entire film. People began to question him and question his motives behind running. His response was this: I just felt like running. Hundreds of people followed this man for their personal motives rather than his, and felt compelled to follow in his footsteps. All of us who have seen the movie would not say Forrest Gump was the brightest of the bunch and honestly did not have an IQ of 160. But he still took a leading role by simply putting one foot in front of the other. All of us do not have to lead through running, because more than anyone in this room, I guarantee you, I hate running with a burning passion more than any of you. But you can lead for your motives, because your motives solve your problems and set your foundation for life. Your choice of leadership can spark in others that is a total opposite, and this is what makes America great. This is where all of us can establish a sense of leadership in our lives. Leading doesn't have to be the focal point to others, and can simply just be you leading you. You taking a new journey outside of your comfort zone is leadership. And if you really do, you can take a leading role in a group project, and that is also leadership. Leading, like Steve Harvey said, is a developed set of skills. But let me add on to this just a little bit. Any one of us can define these set skills, because it doesn't have to be identical to someone next to you. Today, you can find your set skills, whether it be dedication and commitment, or whether it's a vocal role where you can lead a business to the brink of financial progress. Leadership has built America, and if it wasn't for these men and women who made their indent, what would we do? Where would you be today? Today, start becoming a leader and stop following and adjusting to others' beliefs. Leading takes courage, and leadership is the future. It brings progress, and with the increase of it, America entirely can feel the ripple effect of unprecedented progress. Be the change you want in the community. Be who you are and not what others want you to be. And don't let anyone tell you what to do in this world, and don't let anyone tell you to change, because instead of changing yourself, you can change the world for the better and make Earth be something much bigger than a sphere. Make the world fit you, and if you can accomplish this, the sky is the limit. Thank you.